So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make a multiple choice test along with matching. And one of the questions that I have on my test is the first one is the matching question. So I have to select an option on Google Forms on how to do that. I remember prior when I used to use Google Forms before, they had a different option, but now they've changed up their menu. And this was a while back. I mean, you can definitely do be creative and come up with your own solution for this. But looks like here you got multiple choice checkboxes, drop down, that's there, file upload, and linear scale, multiple choice grade, and tick box grid. So the condition I'm in right now, I have to figure out which one is going to be the best option. So because it's matching, I think the multiple choice grid will be a little bit better. So what we have is we have the rows here and the columns here. And in the rows, preferably, I like to put the questions there. Now, this is up to you. In the columns, I put in the matching terms. So let me open up the test that's there, and I'm going to copy and paste the question so that students have instructions on it. So it's going to be matching, match the following numbers with the appropriate description. But then I have to change that because um, it's not going to be um, the numbers, right? It's just going to be rows and columns. Match the following, we're going to say rows and columns with appropriate description. So in my row, I will put in the most common number. What is the most common number? Okay. And then I'm going to put in the impossible event for row 1. Let me do mode. My students are working on Unit 7 data analysis, and rather than just marking, because I have over close to 40 students in one class, rather than just marking the multiple choice, I just found it easier for me to put it up on the Google form part. And then I will create another part for this test where they will be showing me their math work in writing. And there we go, copy the mean. And then we will copy out the other pieces of information. Okay. So what I'm seeing is, okay, I think what I want to do is I want to put the columns on this side, the description on the rows rather than on the columns, because it's hard to read sometimes if it's too much work or too many words written. That's my preference, by the way. So the common, I'm gonna copy that, put that here, X that out, put that here, X that out, put that here. So, okay, right, I think I just copied and pasted the same thing that was there. The mode, and then we have the impossible event. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 6 words, and we're gonna get rid of one of them here. And I think I'm missing one: mean, median, mode, outlier, and the next one that I missed out was the range. There. So in my column, these are the names that are going to show up at the top. In my row will be the descriptions of what they have to match with. So about the most common number, the spread of numbers is in a set. Let's get going more. Now I'm going to do the middlemost number. All right. Next one, the average of all numbers. that's the next part. I'm going to bold this. I don't think I can bold that. All right, so let's go here. And I have one more thing. Okay. Now, this question will be required because all students have to do that. And it's being counted as their grade. And they must complete this before they submit the test. Otherwise, I think they will get a notification saying that, well, you have to do this question. All right. And you have options here as well. Limit one response per column. I think that's what we're going to do. And shuffle row order, we can do that if you feel like the students that are sitting next to each other might need to have some space where they're not copying from each other. Seeing that I have a class of about 40 kids, the class could be, the space is pretty tight when we spread out our desks. So I'm going to also click on shuffle my row order. Okay. Now that is done. And let me assign this immediately after submission. So I'm going to do some settings as well. So assign point value, set answers automatically, provide feedback. I preferably don't like doing this because last time when I tried that, the kids ended up just being very loud and they started talking over their points when they got them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this after. Once I look it over and see how the kids perform, and then I'll give it to them. I just don't want them to be anxious or anything like that for their test. And I will lock this quiz because in our school, we have Chromebooks and you don't want the kids to be switching tabs. If they do, chances are they may be cheating, so we want to avoid that. So what this does is they're not allowed to open any other tab on their browser except for the test one. So this is a very safe thing that you can do and kind of monitor your student performance. Missed questions, the respondents can see which questions were answered incorrectly. Correct answer, the respondents can see correct answers after the grades are released. All right, so that's going to happen when I do that myself. Point values, okay, so the default point here is going to be 1. Manage how responses are collected and protected. So required lock mode requires to release marks manually. Respondents will be required to sign into Google account that's given by the school. Send responders a copy of their response. Disabled lock mode. Okay. Allow response editing. We can't do that because they have to make sure that's done right away. And that's it. So let's go back here. And I should be able to now put an answer key to this. Okay. And you can see that the log mode is on. Only respondents using managed Chromebooks can open this quiz. And I do leave a name in here just sometimes because, just for my own peace of mind, because students don't put in their names and sometimes their email addresses are way off than what their actual name is. So you want to be able to identify who these people are. So this is the best way. Okay, so trying to do this now.